Here we go. Hollywood Pete doing the things that I knew he could do. And, I've talked about it. And I had this feeling that his first hit was going to be a bomb, but who knew it would be a game winner? Let's get into it. Pete Crow-Armstrong helping the Cubs sweep the Astros. They win the homestand. Now they head to Boston to take on the Red Sox. Lot of positive momentum for a team that is really banged up. Guys, let's talk some Cubs baseball every day here on the channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. That's a great way of saying go Cubs, and let's get this party started. Here's your invitation. What do you say, everybody? It's Mick Gillispie from the Cubs baseball channel at Broadcaster Mick on the socials. And what a day it was yesterday for the Cubs. And I don't know how long they can maintain this. They don't have Seiya Suzuki. They don't have Cody Bellinger. They're without Justin Steele. They're without Merriweather. They're missing some of their best players. Even some guys who contribute, like Kyle Hendricks, who is going to try to get back and find that old form, and Drew Smyly, but they got it done. They got it done yesterday. They sweep the Astros. They kind of just have found young players, what is something that we have talked a lot about on this channel. It's one of the reasons I started this channel, was to talk about the importance of the young players and this organization and what they have the potential of doing. Now, Craig Counsell spoke yesterday after the game. He kind of tempered expectations. Hey, it was great to get a home run in this spot. Maybe tomorrow make a great play is what he said, talking about Pete Crow-Armstrong. And Pete was, that's why I call him Hollywood Pete. And of course, his first home run is going to be a 2-run shot to win a game late. And then I saw him with Taylor McGregor after the game, and he was still on cloud 9. And she said, "Did you think about this?" He's like, "I'd be lying if I didn't, because he didn't get a hit last year. He's still going to fail. But you gotta go back and watch the video. And I've told you guys this. He's got these hands that the wrists get through the zone so fast. That's going to play in the major leagues. He's going to fail. He's going to struggle. He's going to figure it out. That's one of the things that I think he does really well. Is he going to be a perennial all-star? I'm not saying that, but I'm telling you that he's got the ability to do some special things. And we saw it yesterday. And it makes me happy because I've seen how hard this guy works. I know the talent that he brings to the table. And I also read the comments, and so many of us have doubted this guy. Maybe we still will, but he just won a game in the major leagues with a home run, and he's not even 23 yet. So, just put that in perspective here. So, congratulations to Pete Crow-Armstrong, and one of those moments that I was screaming. Be glad that I wasn't on the Friday watch parties, because I couldn't stop screaming. I mean, I'm just so happy. And it was a game winner. And let's go back and talk about yesterday's game, because I just think there's so many things to get into. First off, Javier Assad did it again. He's got to have a spot in this rotation. And I've talked about this ad nauseum here. Baseball is about what you earn, not what you're given, not what your contract is, not what you did in the past. It's what you're doing right now. And sometimes in this game, we forget that, because the money dictates sometimes what your position is. This guy's done nothing but put you in position to win. And you can tell, Craig Counsell is trying to get these starters to dig a little bit deeper. He didn't get through the 6th, but he got to the 6th. Bullpen comes in. The bullpen was dynamite. Hayden Wisniewski was great. Leiter Jr. was great. And then Hector Neris. Look, the 2 walks to start that 9th. I got to tell you, I was a little bit unnerved. But then he came back and he got the save. And that's back-to-back days with a save. So is Hector Neris the closer? I don't know yet. But he did it twice. And with Alzolay struggling, it was really good to see the Cubs having gone out and signed Neris, put him in a spot, and let him do it. See, he did it twice against his old team. You know, that felt good. So congratulations to him. They weren't smooth, but he got the job done. Altuve took him deep in the middle game, and then yesterday, you know, obviously he with the walks, but he got the outs too. So that was awesome. The bullpen overall, though, so good. And I feel like the biggest thing to me as we talk about this team and them moving forward and what it's going to take for them to succeed, I think that the starters are going to have to give them more innings. You know, 5 2/3 from Assad, 4 hits and a run, a walk and 5 strikeouts. There's a quick hook that goes along with baseball starters these days. But then Hayden Wisniewski came in and threw 2 1/3 innings, and he was good again. Now, great again. So I honestly wasn't sure that Wisniewski had this in him. But you know what? Maybe he found something the last time he was out there when he had to take the flight and you know, really have a time to think about it, because he's on a heater right now. And then Neris, you know, obviously doing a great job. And, you know, talking, and I know that Mark Leiter didn't pitch in the game yesterday, but 2 days ago, he was great too. And you look at the way that this bullpen is constructed, you start to get contributions from Wisniewski and Neris, and you hope that Alzolay gets back on track. I think there's a lot of really good things that have potential. Do you see when Pete hit the home run, he was pointing at the bullpen. Luke Little stuck his head out, and he was cheering him. So anyway, how about this matchup? Boston tonight at 6:10. This is the Theo Epstein matchup, right? Or the Jed Hoyer matchup, right? They both came from Boston. They were both part of Boston breaking the curse of the Bambino. They came over to the Cubs, helped break the curse of the GOAT. There's a lot of similarities between the Cubs and the Red Sox. Obviously, the Red Sox have won a lot more than the Cubs have, but both teams went years and years and years without a championship. They both have great fan bases. They're 2 of the premier teams in the game. And, you know, they play tonight at Fenway. And they both have these historic stadiums that are great, right? Fenway and Wrigley. And I'd say, to me, my 2 favorite ballparks. Just because of the history. You know, to be able to say, hey, Babe Ruth played here. Willie Mays played here. You know, Joe DiMaggio played here. Ted Williams played here. I mean, that's what baseball is all about. So it's going to be fun. And how about the pitching matchup? You know, this is a really good pitching matchup. Cutter Crawford, 1-0, 0.66 ERA. And then Shota Imanaga, 3-0 and a 0.84 ERA. It's going to be fun to watch Shota and the Cubs playing at the Fenway Park in Boston, and kind of see those 2 uniforms on the field at the same time, and just that historic vibe that you get there when those 2 teams play. And so we'll be keeping an eye on that and kind of getting ready for, you know, what's next, and hoping that the next thing that happens is that Matt Mervis has a big moment and gets some confidence. You know, I'm not sure what this home run's going to do for Pete Crow-Armstrong confidence-wise, but it's definitely something that is only going to help him to get your first major league hit and it be a home run to help you win a game. So the Cubs are going to have to keep doing it, and they're going to need contributions from these guys. And someone that I have to talk about before we get out of here, this show is Nico Horner. I mean, Nico right now is ripping the cover off of the ball. He's got that batting average up to 300. He was 3 for 5 in the game at the leadoff spot. He has been blistering hot. I'm still concerned about Hap's health. He was the DH. He just doesn't quite look right to me. But the young guys kind of helping fill in right now for the Cubs as they struggle to keep guys healthy. But with that said, the Cubs right now are right at the top of the division where they belong. And I just feel like this is only going to make this team stronger as they progress through the season. So that's where we are right now. Still pretty fired up. If anything breaks, we'll jump on there and talk about it. Roster moves wise, we're always keeping an eye on that. There's definitely some cool things going on in the minor leagues. If you guys didn't see it, Brennan Davis returned to AAA and he hit a home run in his first at bat. That's kind of been his MO, right? Goes to the futures game, couple home runs. His debuts at different spots. It always seems like he has a home run in those debut games. So he's back and he's got to be motivated because there's a lot to prove for him when you talk about all of these guys that have passed him in that outfield prospect role spot. And the Cubs could definitely use another outfielder right now. He played with a lot of fire early in spring training before he got hurt. So we'll see if he brings that. I think it looks like he's off to a good start, and we're keeping an eye on that. And then the Double-A team has been really interesting. Kevin Alcantara, who's one of the Cubs' top prospects, he's the guy that the Cubs got for Rizzo with that trade with the Yankees. The guy's been on an absolute tear. He was like 1 for 31 to start the season. And then since then, I mean, he's just been killing it, right? And so he's been a lot of fun. Had a 2 home run game a couple nights ago. And he's got at least, I want to say maybe 13 or 14 hits in the last week. So he's just been doing this. Like he's found it all. And then James Triantos had a couple home runs. He's another one of the Cubs' top prospects in Double-A. Cade Horton's been really good. They've limited the amount of pitches that Cade Horton has been able to throw, but he's just looked the part. And, we'll find out. But the guy to keep an eye on is Michael Arias. He's on the 40-man roster for the Cubs. I got a feeling that he's going to be in the major leagues on a jump here sometime soon. He is just taking care of business. Wherever they put him, he gets the job done. So keep an eye on him. I would say he's my pick to be the next big mover from Double-A to the big leagues. Whether that be they need somebody and he's already on the 40-man, they take him to the big leagues, or maybe he moves to AAA and they see what he can do there. But this guy, he's got it. That's why he's on the 40-man. The converted position player. He's just got this knack of being able to throw the ball. And maybe he's the next guy that the Cubs will have gotten from the Blue Jays after they released him and turn him into a pretty big stud out of the bullpen. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. Like and subscribe. Again, make sure you check out the interviews with Matt Shaw and Cade Horton. They're on the Cubs baseball channel. You can go back and watch those. Released those earlier this week. Kevin Alcantara, I'm targeting for a chat sometime soon. Maybe James Triantos. I just want to hear from all these guys. I think you guys do too as well. So we've gotten a lot of positive feedback, but make sure you share those. Share those videos. Like let's get them out there. Let's see the future of the team as we move forward, because you saw it in yesterday's game with Pete Crow-Armstrong, who, by the way, we have an interview with from last year if you want to go back and watch it. They're the future of the team. They've won everywhere they've been. And they're helping the Cubs right now win with their best players out. And that's the way this game's supposed to work. That's why you have a minor league system. Get these guys in. Let's see what they can do. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us here on the Cubs baseball channel. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Preview that game 2 of the Red Sox and Cubs, one of the 2 best uniform matchups in baseball. And make sure that you share, hit the thumbs up, and have a great day. Go Cubs.